In this movie, I'd like to talk about some exam taking techniques. The first recommendation I have is to use dual monitors. Most of the time, you're going to download the testing client and you're going to want to put that on one screen, and then you want to have SOLIDWORKS running on the other screen in full screen mode so you can easily see what's going on without having to switch between windows or maximize and minimize and cram it all into one small screen. So if you have the option, definitely get dual monitors for taking the exams. The next one is putting a folder on your desktop with any relevant information in that folder right from the beginning. We have the option of downloading some templates that I pre-created for you guys. Definitely put those in there. Then go ahead and link SOLIDWORKS to those templates so you're automatically selecting those from the beginning, or have the option of choosing which template you'd like to use. That's going to save you a lot of time. The next thing I want to point out is definitely make sure to save the part from each one of those questions after each question. So question number 1, when you finish it up, definitely save a copy and then move on to question 2. When you finish question number 2, save a copy, because a lot of times you're going to find an error in your part and need to go back and look at the previous question and modify the answer. You want to definitely have a working copy of each one of those questions in the state you left it to save you some time, because I've personally had the issue of figuring out I made a mistake, going back, not saving that question, and then having to go recreate that part or change the values to get back to that previous state. It's a lot of extra time you just don't need to do. It's very easy to just do a save as soon as you finish each question. Okay, next thing is the template. I'm going to give you a couple of default templates for most of the exams. Definitely try to use those or create your own with some of the basic materials that are commonly used on the exams, as well as setting up some default equations in there that you can just fill out. Make sure you got the units set up correctly, as well as the amount of decimal points you want to be showing. If you have the time, definitely learn some shortcut keys. They'll definitely save you a lot of time on the exam. We also have the option for mouse gestures or some of those in-context pop-up menus with the right mouse button. Definitely get familiarized with some of those shortcut keys, because there's a lot of information to go through on these exams, and any little shortcut will definitely save you a lot of time. The last one on this page is the two-place decimal. Most all the questions or the free response answers are going to ask you for a free response. Make sure you're putting it in with only two-place decimals, and have SOLIDWORKS calculate two-place decimals for you. So go into your units and make sure you put in only 2 places. It'll round it for you. It'll make things a lot easier. The base template that I'm going to provide for you guys, or the ones that are going to be asked for you to create when you're doing the exam, most of the time are going to be in the millimeter gram second unit system. The most common materials that I've seen is 1020 steel or 1060 aluminum. You can use the template that I've already provided for you, or you can create your own, all depending on the exam and your circumstances. And definitely make sure to set up some equations ahead of time and be very familiarized with how to modify them and add them to your part, because almost every question on the exams are going to be using some form of an equation. Now jump into some more hints. First off, the way the test is set up is it's progressively built with fill-in-the-blank questions as well as multiple choice. Now, the multiple choice questions generally give you about 4 answers that you can choose from. So if you don't see your answer in one of those 4, more than likely you've made a mistake previously. So you probably want to go back and modify your part so you get the answer to their multiple choice question, or you get one that actually matches exactly. And then you're going to know you're on the right track for that question. And if you made an error and you corrected yourself on that multiple choice question, you can then always go back to the previous questions if you made a mistake and correct them so that you know you're doing the parts correctly. The other thing I want to point out is that some of the exams also have a bonus question, so that can be really beneficial to you at the end, especially if you're made a couple mistakes on a few of the answers. The bonus question might save the day for you. A couple more hints. Definitely make sure to pay attention to where dimensions are attached. So in the testing client, it's going to give you generally a couple different views of a part to create and where are those dimensions applied. So make sure, especially maybe on a sheet metal exam, if it's on the outside of the flange or the inside of the flange, or where are those dimensions attached to, because that can make a big difference as far as the overall size of the part. My other recommendation is use the measure tool after you've created your part, measure it, and make sure it does match the inputs from the testing client. Sometimes you can easily make a mistake by using a material going the wrong direction or a flange going the different direction or something like that. When you're creating a part, it's easy to make a mistake and just have your part grow a little bit bigger or be a little bit smaller than you're expecting. So definitely doing a little quick measurement check on the outside of a part will definitely be worth its while. The other thing is we're going to be doing a lot of measuring in the exam. So make sure you turn on the Evaluate ribbon bar as well as the Tools toolbar so you have easy access to the measure tool, the mass properties, and the equations. They're very important, all three of those. The shortcut keys, some of these basic ones you might want to take a look at. These are some of the default ones. Yours might be different or depending on how you have your computer set up or your shortcut set up. But I definitely recommend setting up some shortcut keys. These are the ones I pretty much use. Again, that's going to save you a lot of time instead of having to go up to the toolbar and select each one of those tools. Learn some of these shortcut keys or use mouse gestures or any of the other methods to easily get at these tools without having to go up and search for them in the different toolbars. Hopefully a few of these tips and hints are going to help you out in the exam. Definitely make sure to get everything set up ahead of time, and good luck on your exam.